So last week just whizzed by. Sorry, flew by. We had hearings, protest hearings, but then a leak.
It is shocking. Classified documents presented last week to President-elect Donald Trump, including allegations that Russian operatives claim to have been compromising personal and financial information about him.
Thanks, Don. Now, there's stuff in this dossier we can't get into, especially if you have children in the room. It's why I hate children. They ruin everything. The summary claims Russia has compromising info on Trump, which involved kinky sex with bodily fluids, none of which I've ever participated in, including that time in Berlin when I was a struggling model being passed around like an hors d'oeuvre at leather clubs. I was broke. BuzzFeed's defense, since reporters already saw this stuff, why can't you? Holding it in would be criminal because BuzzFeed are such hard-hitting journalists. Yeah, right. Go to BuzzFeed's homepage. You find so many examples of fine reporting, like these. Selena Gomez posed kinda nude, and it's pretty hot. 12 amazingly delicious ways to eat more mango. It's a fruit. 19 practically impossible questions for every Kardashian fan. You must admire the bravery in their pursuit of truth about mango. So in a tribute to BuzzFeed's brilliant method of framing garbage into stories, here are 7 reasons why BuzzFeed should not have run the dossier. Number 1, none of it was verified because fact-checking is hard, and BuzzFeed is too busy finding pictures of melons that look like Kim Kardashian's ass. 2, it was opposition research, not intel, meaning it was meant to be titillating, like a BuzzFeed article featuring melons that look like Kim Kardashian's ass. Number 3, the disinformation had been around forever and no one touched it. It was like the last hot dog at 7-Eleven. If you eat it, you own it. And you'll probably crap your pants after. Number 4, the idea that Trump would have hookers defile a bed because President Obama slept in it, that sounds like a fever dream written by Sean Penn on a mescaline bender. Seriously, if you believe that, you also believe Bill Clinton is faithful and Lena Dunham is talented. Number 5. Number 5, BuzzFeed never ever would have published this if it were about Obama. Number 6. BuzzFeed never ever would have published this if it were about Obama. Number 7, BuzzFeed never would have published this if it were about Obama. I needed to get to 7, but I ran out at number 5. But it's true. Could you imagine any outlet running this smut about our adorable lollipop-coated ray of sunshine that is President Obama? Hell no, you'd lose your job, reputation, and friends. You'd be lower than Anthony Weiner's scrotum. Now, this is not to dismiss Russia's efforts. Gathering smut on people is their thing. You might very well have stuff on Trump. I'd be shocked if they didn't. They have stuff on all of us, including me. It's back when I was in shape. See, Russians have their fingers in everything. How else can you explain what happened, and this really happened, on MSNBC on Thursday?
You hear General Mattis today, Mike Pompeo, the CIA director, almost swearing that they're going to be hardliners on Russia.
That freaks the out of me. It's real. It actually happened. And so, in summary, our president-elect isn't even president yet, and we already got the best sex scandal ever. This is going to be a great ride. All right. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so shocking, his jokes give you static cling. Anthony Cumia, host of the Anthony Cumia Show. See, so what adorable kittens, purses, coffee mugs with pictures of her on them. Carrie Keegan, host of Bravo After Hours, and she's got a great new book called Everybody Curses, I Swear. The air freshener in his car is an actual pine tree. TNA wrestler and Fox News contributor Tyrus. And even when she's walking on sunshine, she complains about burned feet. National Review reporter and Fox News contributor Catherine Timpf. All right, Anthony.
Greg.
My favorite part of this whole scandal or non-scandal is that you keep getting to say the word dossier.
Yeah, it's like an old spy movie.
Exactly.
But a little wetter.
Yes. And what would you call this movie if it were a Bond film?
Oh, my God. The spy who came in from the...
Bathroom?
Yes! Very good, thank you. Whew, I was hanging out there.
I know. I thought you might say GoldenEye. But anyway.
That's a good one, too.
What? All right. Carrie, I have to say that I think that President-elect Trump's explanations for dismissing this were so sound. The fact that he said he's a germaphobe and that there are cameras in every room, I thought that was smart because it made sense, right?
What? Sure.
Yes.
Yes, that's my defense every time.
Yes.
You guys have seen those leaked tapes, right?
Yes.
Scary what they can find on you now.
Yeah. What do you make of these developments?
It's all fascinating. This whole thing is really fun to watch. Like every time he opens his mouth, it gets more and more interesting.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a really fun 4 years.
I think it really is. Or, sorry, 8 years. Because there's no way. After just 1 year of this, we're going to say this is the greatest thing ever.
He's going to be 16 years, probably. And wow, somebody has something on Donald Trump. I have something on Donald Trump. Everybody in here has got something on Donald Trump. And he says the same thing every time. Kiss my ass. He don't care. He don't, what else you got? He probably threw the sheet back at the FBI. That's it? That's all you got?
All right, Kat, would you have, if you were running BuzzFeed, would you have run this dossier because it was being passed around, everybody could see it, the reporters and politicians see it? Would that have been an excuse?
No.
No?
People had seen it. Even don't publish something if while you're publishing it you're saying there are serious reasons to doubt that this is actually true. They thought it was funny, but it doesn't really matter. Even if it were true, I still don't think people would care that much.
Right.
Because when Trump was running, the people who opposed him were saying he's Hitler.
Yeah.
So when people are concerned about you being Hitler, you liking to watch people really isn't that bad.
I think it's interesting when you have people applaud over something like that. Anthony, okay,
Brilliant.
You know what I love about the BuzzFeed thing is the transparency excuse. We ran this to be transparent. No, they ran it because it was interesting. It's like when we did the Anthony Weiner story. We didn't do it because it was about politics.
Right.
We did it because
we wanted to say Weiner on TV as much as possible.
Exactly.
It's a titillating story. It's interesting. It's wacky. It's like an urban legend. You want them to be true.
Yes.
Everyone wants this to be true, but let's be real. Come on.
I'm okay with it not being true.
I'm cool, too.
Yeah, but, you know.
It's like the Richard Gere story that everybody heard, but there's no documentation of it, at least that you can find. Because I've been looking
Gerbil testimony.
Yes. There'll be a hearing next week on that. But there are so many flaws in this. The one thing that blows my mind is in this dossier, they talked about a Michael Cohen, I guess, meeting with Russians or something in Prague. And they didn't stop to think, okay, they go, that's Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen. No, there's probably 100,000 Michael Cohens in the world.
My lawyer, doctor, and accountant are all Michael Cohen.
There is a little bit of hypocrisy here we have to point out, that even though BuzzFeed is trafficking in this rumor and innuendo, so did Trump. I mean, let's be honest, National Enquirer was on his side the entire time, publishing weird stuff about
But that was
Hillary.
all true.
No, but I mean, and also, I mean, he did the birtherism and stuff like that. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. However, I still think it's hilarious.
Yes.
So,
it will go down as hilarious.
It will go down as hilarious. By the way, do we have time for... Let's show just to welcome Ms. Keegan to the show. I think this is the first time you've been on our show, right?
Don't pinpoint me now. I'm scared.
No. I think we have.
It's the first time I've been here since you have an audience.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
Really cool. You guys are awesome.
And on that note, you compliment our show. I shall compliment your recent appearance on The Apprentice.
Oh, no.
Carrie, you're terminated. Now, get to the chopper.
Wait, I'm sorry.
That is the strangest thing to say.
Wait a minute.
What is this, like that scene, wood chipper for the scene from Fargo?
That's the catchphrase?
Yes, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I love but also I love their faces now. They're just all, everybody's like this. It's almost as like you got the death penalty.
Well, the two of them were crying in the scene before. I was the only one like, oh my God,
you won.
What's happening?
You know why you won? Everybody on The Apprentice got paid the same, but you worked for 2 days. They are still working.
And it's the worst catchphrase.
Yes!
It's from the movie.
But it's the one movie, Commando? All the catchphrases?
What do you want him to say? Your
Commando?
clothes, give them to me now.
Because that movie's not in circulation anymore?
He
You're
did try
terminated?
Hasta La Vista. He did do You Won't Be Back.
Yes.
He did a lot of different ones.
He doesn't have the same writer
Well,
anymore. Clearly.
his
Get
hair
to the chopper.
His hair is not looking good either.
Get to the chopper.
Like,
That's going to go far.